Let's go gambling! Aw, dang it. 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 Let's go gambling!
You'll never want to cheat on me. You'll be drained, like there's nothing left in you to cheat. But I will cheat because I'm bored. I love cheating. It's actually my biggest fantasy.
And I spent 7 years with that girl, and I regret it very much, because she called me ugly, she forced me to walk 5 to 10 meters behind her, she never held my hand, she never kissed me, she never did anything to show appreciation of me, she just simply used me.
I've never held hands with someone, and I've never received flowers. I feel so unlovable.
Vape? No. It's a 3D printed dragon that's made of roses. I'd really like to give this to someone for Valentine's Day, but unfortunately, I live a life of crushing loneliness that spirals me further and further every day into a deep dark pit of depression and makes me think that I may never find love and that I'm gonna die alone.
I'm 63 years old and I still think about her and I still think about that night.
You ever been in love, Spider-Man? It's beautiful.
Dying for the right cause is the most human thing we can do.
What do you mean? Right? Yeah.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video is going to be about the average man's dating experience in 2024. And I'm pretty sure it's different for different age groups. But I'm pretty sure all of them share certain things in common. Now, if you are one of the top tier men, the men that are tall, extremely good looking, you have lots of money, I still think it serves you better if you are tall, good looking, and have some personality. Some men have no personality at all. A lot of times I do think the more attractive people have no personality. That goes for both men and women. Because a lot of them, well, unless if they were not attractive when they were younger. But that's why my ideal woman is a woman that was average or below average in high school, and then she had her glow up the last couple of years of high school, and then once she got out, she blossomed into a swan. And I also think that works well with men too, because you experience how it is to not be attractive. Now, a lot of times people will hold a little bit of a grudge or hostility to people, and they may still get a big head. But I do think it is a 50-50 thing of people that if they were not too attractive when they was younger, and then once they became older and became attractive, then they will be a little bit more humble because they will know both sides of the pond. I also believe that's the same thing with people that if they start off poor and then they became rich later, I think they usually are better people than people that were born into being rich, unless if their parents did not spoil them. Anyway, the video is not about that right there. The video is about men dating in 2024. I think I've covered that in some of the previous years, and each year is a little different. Each year is worse, and actually is worse for both genders because both of us is acting are being at our worst, especially when it seems you're a good one, and whether you are a man or woman, you're trying to do the right thing, and you come across people that take advantage of you or use you or things like that. Actually, I have to do a video on how some men really be getting over on women. Now, truthfully, it is the I always say when you are overdoing it, being too nice, giving too much, because I had to look at myself with that from when I was younger. You have to look at yourself first because you are the one that was doing it. Now, then look at them because obviously they took advantage of the situation. Because not everybody will take advantage of the situation. If somebody's being like too nice to me and giving me too much, usually I'll stop like, oh no, 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 stop, stop, stop. You don't have to do that. I appreciate that. Now, if they take offense to it or something, I will make sure I pay them back because I have to have that balance thing. So I rarely will be in a thing where somebody is giving to me, unless if I'm sick or bedridden, and I am not giving back to them. I'm just not built like that. But there are men and women that are just takers, and I notice those people are always charming. They're always good to be around. And those are the people, along with the people, as well as the people that are fake, you have to watch out for because you will have a good time with them. So I have a clip or two I'm going to share because I have this major video I want to do, but I want to get this one out on where we are at with the dating. Me personally, I'm not really dating too much. I may here and there, but then I have something personal going on in my life right now that I have to somewhat divert my attention in. Anyway, I'm trying to get my money up to travel out. Unless if some of the women that I know, some kind of way, me and them make some kind of star connection out of the blue or something. But if they have a boyfriend or they're dating somebody at the time that she and I are starting to kindle something, I'm probably going to step away from that because I do not trust women with the monkey branch thing. And I do believe that thing of how you get the woman is how you will lose the woman. Because my last serious girlfriend, she monkey branched from her boyfriend to me. However, I was not really trying to get her. I was trying to give her advice on her relationship. But when I think back now, that was not really her intention. She just wanted to get close to me and see what my type is, morph into that, which I understand. When you like somebody, you want to kind of be what they want. But at the same time, I will say, do not, because that's what a lot of dating coaches will do, whether it's the men or women. They'll say be more confident, which I do agree with, being more confident, being more comfortable in your skin. And I do think even if people will say they have no personality at all, they have some type of personality. Even earlier, I said really attractive men and women usually don't have too much of a personality unless if they are a performer or something, because they get by on their looks. So because of that, they don't tend to work hard with being able to carry a conversation and things like that. And pretty much most people will know. But for a man these days, yes, you have to worry about the monkey branch thing. Most men don't care, but as I said, if she did to him, she's going to do it to you. And also is those guys that will try to be a girl's friend and get close to her, and eventually maybe they'll get together or something. But see, that will only happen if you are somewhat her type, and her man are having problems. Which, however, if you are close nearby and he doesn't feel comfortable, or he's sensing something in there, yes, it's going to be some ripples in the water, and those two will probably have, if not falling out, but they'll have a argument with each other, and you'll be there for her to cry on your shoulder. So either she'll use you, or either you will play your cards right and get in between her legs, which that's what a lot of dudes will do in that situation. But as I say, I advise against that, because I always try not to do something that I would not want done to me. But sometimes some women, and dudes, yes, for the women, but some women can be really crafty with how they maneuver. Like that woman that monkey branched to me. Before I knew it, she and I was having feelings for each other, and then I forgot about her boyfriend, which I only met him once. But once again, that was not my intention, but obviously she had it planned out. So let me put this clip here for uh, and I shared this lady's clip before, when she was talking about how a lot of women will, not all women, but a lot of women will lie in their marriage. And actually, it's not just in their marriage, but whenever they have altercations with somebody else, they'll tell a lopsided story that will make them seem like they have a halo above their head. They did nothing wrong. And the other person is definitely the devil or at fault. Whereas I always believe usually both people are at fault, but is which one is more at fault, and it probably was a miscommunication. So let's get with that clip right now.
So we blame our husbands and we tell them the laundry list of demands and expectations we have of what we need them to do to make us feel loved, from writing love letters to doing things around the house without being asked, to reading the books we want them to read with us, to saying words of affection, the different, I don't know all of them because quite frankly, they don't work. The love languages and just the myriad of demands and expectations that we have and we give them. And a good man will try to do those things. But because we have that emptiness and lack of love within ourselves, no matter what they do, it can't be done the right way and it can never be enough. And then a good man buys into our blame through the withholding that they are the problem and there's something wrong with them that they need to fix or they need to be doing, that then we'll finally be happy and be nice.
I think she was about to cry right there, because her voice started to crack and I saw the emotions in her face. I did not see that full video because that was a clip that I got off of TikTok. But from what I covered with that woman before, and she's a therapist or a marriage counselor, she figured out that a lot of women do be lying on their husbands. And of course, women that may be watching this video, not in every single case is that's what's going on. But I think the same way that men are usually physically stronger than women, women are more verbally cunning than most men, except men that can be petty. But they will be able to manipulate people and put a smear campaign on you if you are not, if they're not feeling you anymore. And this is the thing that I've noticed now, which it was always right in front of my face, but it's not really. I mean, look, society puts this thing that women are angels from above. It may be the same way that bars or clubs will let women come in for free because that will attract the men into the clubs and the bars, and that way they spend money. So, not in all cases, but if anybody will get in free, if it's a club or a bar or something, it will be the women so that the men can spend the money. But I haven't been to one of those in a while, and I'm pretty sure most of the time women do have to pay to get into clubs and buy their drinks at bars. But I'm pretty sure maybe even if it's a happy hour or something, or certain establishments will have that thing of letting certain types of women, usually attractive women, get in there so that men can spend their money. Getting back to what she was saying about men jumping through hoops with the grocery list. And the thing that I definitely discovered is that women, they only do that to men that they are not highly attracted to. Yes, there's some rare cases that maybe a woman has got hurt quite a few times and she's learned her lesson, so she's going to make sure she get all men to climb through the mud for her. But from what I've found is that if you are, and that's why I use those terms, Chad and Tyrone, or either really attractive men, definitely tall. They would say that Compton stuff. If you are very attractive, you don't have to. Well, usually they are not too shy. Some of them may be, but even if they are shy, still the fact that they are attractive, tall, will make the women's knees buckle and melt, and they'll think it's cute or something. So I think that's the thing right there. I think even though they will say, which men are visual, we do go heavily by looks, but because of society, because of our mom saying that you should pick what's in the inside, because I know my mom would say something like that, but because we've been bombarded by that type of stuff, a lot of us, especially the ones of us that don't have a roster of women that's not super attractive, super tall, super successful, and I always have to separate the attraction and success, because there are men that are successful that's still awkward with women because they have spent all their time building up their portfolio, their education, their wallet, but similar like most sports athletes, and I'm talking about the really good ones, because I'm pretty sure this doesn't apply to all men that are basketball, football players, but I believe one Instagram model, I'm not sure if it was Brittany Renner, she said that football and basketball players are dumb. And probably what she meant by that, they're easy to manipulate and they are definitely sucked in by a very beautiful face, a nice ass, legs, the things that men would like. if if a woman has that and she's attractive enough, she will get most men to fall in line with her, unless if the man has a bunch of women that he's talking with. And see, that's the bad thing right there, because usually the only time men can get that kind of confidence that they won't be really sweating any type of woman is either A, they deal with a lot of women at once, B, they've got older, more mature, they used to do that and now they chilled out. 3, they've been hurt quite a few times. They have enough experience, but a lot of experience is kind of painful, so they may not want to easily go down that road again. I think that's it. It may be one that I'm forgetting right there, but those are the men that usually will be able to maintain themselves around attractive women. I know I feel that way because I guess I have a dual thing of I find a woman attractive, but I also look at her as a person. But now I also look at her as who is she really? Is she going to talk behind my back? Is she going to lie on me? Is this really the person that I think she is? Is she really a, the nice, beautiful person that I think she is? Or is she a conniving witch? Those are things that I think about now. So I'm not so fast to really jump into something. Even though sometimes I do feel a little lonely, and usually that's maybe if I'm going someplace, and especially everybody should be able to relate to this. If you're going somewhere, especially around Valentine's Day, but it doesn't have to be Valentine's Day, and all of a sudden you just see all these lovey-dovey couples, all these people that's happy in love, makes you want to like, why don't y'all go somewhere or something? In those cases right there, yes, I'll feel a little lonely or something. But when I think of how things went south with my ex-wife, with my ex-girlfriend, all those other women in there, even though I can meet a new woman that's totally different than them, I still have to worry, especially in my age range. Most of the women are going to be in a hurry to get married. Okay? And I'm not sure I want to do that again. At least, especially, yeah. And definitely, probably not with American women and not in America. And not to say that all American women, but see, the thing is, though, I don't have time to go through every woman to see if she really, okay, if we are the right fit, that she likes me and I like her, and that she's not a devil in disguise. And some women can put on a real good show. That's why I like the women that are honest, but I have to admit, the most honest women are the most bitchiest women. Because they'll tell you how it is, and then I'm like, okay, this is her at level one. Okay, she's already a bit much. It's only going to go up from there. Okay, it's not going to go down or something. I think the type of women that would be my better fit, like magnets, we might repel each other. Because I know it's in most people's relationships, one is a giver and one is a taker. I don't know too many that two givers got together, because I know two takers definitely don't stay together too long, because eventually they'll rip each other apart. Not sure why that is. Probably because maybe givers, they are looking for somebody to help or something, and while you might be trying to help them, they're trying to help you, and it gets to a thing of repelling each other. Whereas a taker initially will be, oh, thank you so much. Take it. Hey, do you have $5 more? Or can you do this for me? Can you? Oh, you're such a sweetheart. That's what women do. And I'm pretty sure men can. Yes, I have this good video of how some men be playing women that Antoine Daniels did, even though that was not the intention of his video. But the way this one guy was doing this woman, I'm like, that is why some of us brothers have that reputation of being like that. So that's pretty much it. Dating is rough, and lots of time it just feels like this.
Always remember, guys, Girls will lose feelings if you love them too much.
And women will deny this, but I believe this is true. If you are an average man, if you are their dream guy, you are Chris Brown, you are, because for one, you're probably not going to love them as much anyway. But this is why I really do believe now that if you are a man dating a woman, your status has to be up here to her. Because she has to look up at you as some kind of way. So she has to either be amazed at the talent that you have with something, and I think that's the only way sometimes you can beat the thing if you're not the most attractive guy or the tallest guy or something. But if you have a presence, or and usually I only see this when a person is in a band or they're a singer. Sometimes it can be athletes, like sports athletes, but to be honest, not as many women watch sports. There are women that do, but most of them that do is only because they have a crush on a particular guy. It's not because she's in her mind is blown by what the man is doing. Now, I could be wrong here, but I'm just going by most of the things that I hear women talk about. I rarely hear a woman talk about, hey, did you see that game that LeBron had? He was just killing them out there. See, I rarely have ever heard a woman say that particular thing, even though there are some women that may have a sports team that they root for, maybe even soccer. But once again, I don't know every woman's thing around the world. Just going by the ones, my anecdotal evidence of the women that I usually hear things that they talk about. But I do know some women that are into football teams, but I'm not sure if it's because of their family or their boyfriend, or maybe because they like the quarterback. But I'm not sure if they're really into it, how men are into it. But when it comes to music though, I will know some women, they know guys every song, they know every lyric, they'll sing and stuff. And this is why I think singers and even rappers, but especially singers, can really get into women's heads. So, something else I wanted to say real quick, very important. Oh, and what I wanted to say is to add with what I was saying last time with avoiding the bait and switch, being an emotionally intelligent man. This works for me a lot, but only in the dating stage. This will not work for you in the marriage stage. You got to play by different rules then. Because if you leave, it's penalty. But if she's not treating you right, then you do this.
Okay, is it actually true that a guy treats you how he wants to be treated first? And then he starts treating you how you've been treating him.
But I always start off being a certain kind of way first, because that's in me to do. Plus, I know she doesn't know my intentions. But that's usually how I will start off a relationship, a friendship, anything with somebody that I like and I want to know. I will pick the olive branch out first. Now, if they start playing games, they start playing hot and cold, I think they have too many players on the field, something just doesn't seem right in the situation. Well, depending. If it's just me getting to know them, I'll just exit out of the situation. If we have been together, everything's been fine, and then they start acting a certain kind of way, first I'm going to think like, okay, maybe they're going through something that they haven't talked to me about, or they're having home troubles or something, either most time women that trust you will be telling you stuff. But once again, I give them a little bit of a grace period. Once I see that they are changing for the worse, I'm going to start reflecting back, which, however, though, sometime maybe I should, and well, this is more for you guys, you men, when you first start seeing her act a certain kind of way, maybe you should just address it and just be like, what's your problem? Do we need to talk or something? That's probably the more correct way to do it. Sometimes I do get in that passive aggressive thing because I may not want to argue depending on what's going on, and at the same time, at the same time, I may have already have had that talk with somebody and I realized it went nowhere. So the next time I'll be like, okay, she and I already had the talk. She's still doing it. So maybe if I do it back to her, she'll get the message. I have to admit, most women, the same way they'll say a man can't read the cue or read the room or something, a lot of women will totally miss that. Some won't, but most will. And then we get this big miscommunication thing going on. And once I'm mad, that's when I won't be trying to talk or reach out or have those hard conversations. That's something I need to work on. So really, I think it's best to just nip it in the bud. But see, at the boyfriend girlfriend stage, you can do this type of stuff and either get her to act right or you can dip out. But once you have marriage, and especially kids, it's hard to do that particular thing that will work for me because I have to come back, or even if I do get mad and we are not together, I still have to talk to her, and then I still have to pay money to her. I still have to deal with her like we are still together. And I have to admit, that be driving me nuts sometimes. And that gets a little depressing. So, give me a like and subscribe. I know at the end the video was a little bit all over the place, but see, that's how it is dating for a man. A woman will always say like, oh, every guy that I'm with cheats on me. Well, every woman that I date or I'm getting to know is something different. Maybe they're cheating. Maybe we was talking and then we stopped talking because she started talking to somebody else, or she got back with her ex and didn't tell me, or maybe she did tell me and then she might have told me that I can't stand them. I don't want to see them no more. Now they don't have no kids or something. And then a week later, maybe they get, I'm just saying things that has happened in my past. So that's it for this video. I should have another one soon. Maybe later on tomorrow. Have a good day.
Remember a time back in the day when dating was, hey, I like you, you like me, let's give this shit a go, because nowadays it's fucking exhausting. Why? Great question to literally nobody that asked me that, but let's talk about it. Nowadays we gotta play this ridiculous game that I don't even think people want to play, but we have to play. It's the game that if I'm interested, I can't act interested, because if I'm coming off as too interested, then you're no longer gonna be interested. So now for me to get you engaged, I have to be playfully condescending, purposely unattentive, and readily unavailable, because ladies, if I'm too nice, that's ugh, right? But if I'm too much of an asshole, well, nobody likes an asshole. So I gotta find that in between. And here's the thing, it's different with every woman on the planet. I already need a nap. Also, what the hell does my sign have to do with us? I just wanted to get sushi, not dissect the fact that I was born in June, which, by the way, I had zero control over. And my favorite part is when the older generation goes, when are you gonna settle down? I don't know, Bill, okay? It's not 1974 anymore, okay? You competed with literally one guy in your town named Joe. I'm competing with every Joe named Joe on her phone right here. And in addition to that, there's usually an ex that doesn't seem to go away, baggage too heavy to carry, and skeletons in closets that weren't your fault, but you got to deal with. So, this video is sponsored by our good friends over at Tito's. It's not, but it'd be really cool, really, really cool if it was. You know, Tito's DMs are open. And I'm going to finish your lovely product, okay? Have a great night.